So the next subject I want to speak of is the Jewish woman. As always, there are tremendous amounts of written about this, and there's even experience with live Jewish women that one can look into. The woman was the last of God's creations, and we often think that that God saved the best for the last. And therefore the woman is held at a very high level in Jewish tradition. She is honored, and when it's practiced correctly, the woman is put on a pedestal while she functions in the real world and helps in so many different ways to keep the Jewish home together. The origin of man is Adam, is in the Hebrew language, and the origin of earth is Adamah. And we know from the story that man was created from the earth. The origin of the original word for woman is Isha, and the origin of the word for man is Ish, so that woman comes from a man. And we see that in the language of Ish and Isha, there are certain letters between man and woman, and the two letters that stand out are the Yud and the Hey. Now, if the Yud and the Hey are present in the both words, makes Ish and Isha, that means that that God is within them, because Yud and Hey, Yud and K are letters for God. Now, if those are there, then there is peace between them. But if those are taken away, then what is left is an Aleph and a Shin, which are the letters for Aish, or fire. And no one wants a relationship where there's fire. Now the question comes up, is there equality between the man and the woman? And in Jewish thought, we say that we respect the fact that there's a difference between them. We say vive la différence. And each one has wonderful responsibilities and obligations in life, and they keep them. So there is not necessarily equality, but there are differences, and everything works if the man respects the woman's and the woman respects the man's. Okay, what's interesting is in the history of our people, when we were put into slavery in Egypt, one of the biggest punishments was to give men women's work. And this basically knocked off their equilibrium, because they're just not geared to that. And what they did was they gave women men's work, and that knocked them off their equilibrium. So if we wish to have peace and harmony, we want each type of person to fit into whatever they can do. It doesn't mean that the work is exclusive, but it means that there's an inclination towards some type of work. Okay? Now, women hold a tremendous power, and if you look in the Jewish literature, you'll see that a vast majority of the literature is written on how to keep the aspect of modesty, and how to keep the attraction between the two sexes separate, because there's it's a tremendous power and draw, and I don't have to tell anyone about this. So a woman has a tremendous amount of power, and she can use it for in a negative way, or she could use it in a positive way. She could cause trouble, and she could be oppositional, and there's even a word for that, neged, or she can be a settling influence for her mate, and this is in the word of leshevet. So if there's a settling influence, then with that power, it's used for in a positive way. And I just want to close with one of the quote from the great James Brown, who said that it's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. So thank you so much.